Hey everyone, welcome to episode 10 of A Drop of Sunshine. I'm Daphne DeLorean, and today we're talking about the 3 things you must do in order to make your vision become a reality. Purpose exists in everything and everyone. If you're listening to this right now, you're gifted with a beating heart and a very particular purpose. We were all created uniquely with gifts and talents no one else on this earth has, and one of the biggest tragedies is passing through this life without meaning or purpose. Most of us are influenced by family, friends, or other relationships on what we're supposed to do with our life or who we're supposed to be. This affects our careers, hobbies, and relationships. I don't have all the answers, but my mission is to help bring you truth and closer to your purpose, one drop at a time. Hey everyone, welcome to episode 10 of A Drop of Sunshine. I can't believe I'm saying episode 10. We are officially in the double digits. How about that? So cool. I'm so happy you're listening today, and this is what's on my heart. I started thinking about it late last night. I was actually in bed, and I rolled over, grabbed my phone, took out my notes, and just started typing things that were on my heart, on my mind. I went for a run early this morning at the gym, and I just kind of kept thinking about it. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about 3 things you must do in order to make your vision a reality. So if you want to take notes, I wouldn't mind. Grab a pen, maybe grab your notes in your iPhone, for those of you who have iPhones. And these are the 3 things I'm going to elaborate on right now. I'm just going to give it to you right now. How about that? Okay, get clear on your vision. I think so many times we just, think about things or, this would be cool one day, or I would love to do this. And it's just kind of like this gray little shadow, or I don't know, just this idea, no details. And then we just kind of sit back and then nothing really happens. So if you actually want to succeed at something, you got to sit down and get really clear on what it is that your vision is. So that's 1. What is your vision? Give me your detailed vision. Okay, I want to hear it. Maybe you can even email me. By the way, I love hearing from you guys. Really has just been so cool. I know I connected with you all on television, whether it was in Michigan or Nashville, but it was all weather related. And now we're like getting into the nitty gritty of like our life. So that really fuels my fire and I just love it. Okay, so 1, get clear on your vision, write it down, and just get detailed with when you close your eyes, what brings you alive? What do you love to do that makes you feel alive, okay? So get detailed with that. 2, are you ready? Number 2, look at the facts of where you are right now. Where are you right now? And what do you need to do to get to the next step? Because a lot of this does not happen overnight. There's multiple steps involved, okay? So what steps do you need to take to get to this ultimate vision that you have on your piece of paper? So then that was number 2. Get it in the calendar. This is still number 2. So those steps that I was just talking about, you want actual dates. Something about dates really expedites, because a lot of times we just put things to the side. I remember when I was leaving Channel 4, I said, I'm going to start a podcast. And I had no idea what actually went into a podcast, by the way. It's actually a lot. I'm so glad I did it, though. And after I decided I was going to do a podcast, I put a date in my calendar and I said, I will get this done. There is no other option. I like that Tony Robbins reference that he uses. He says, you are on an island and there are no boats going back. So you have to do it. There's no other way. And then you put it on the calendar. And then what did I do? I announced it to the world. I said, hey, everyone, I'm starting a podcast called A Drop of Sunshine. And be sure to mark your calendar. I'm launching on this date. And that held me accountable because everybody else is waiting for this. So there's something about holding yourself accountable on the calendar, but then letting other people know, and you don't want to let anyone down. And if you can put something on the calendar and actually commit and get it done, you trust yourself more, and then other people trust you as well. Okay, so that was number 2. Number 3, dun, 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 take massive action. Massive action. Like this thing that you think about all day. And the key about all of this is you gotta want it. You gotta have it. You gotta have this thing. Okay? So you have to take massive action with everything you have, knowing multiple obstacles are ahead for you. Because name one successful person that you look up to who has not failed, in fact, multiple times. Because a lot of times we look at someone successful, our minds tend to think that success just landed in their lap, or success, they were born to do this, or, they're significant, but I'm not as important. And we just listen to these plain old lies. And these lies just keep us debilitated. Why, if Bobby could put his mind to something and had to start from ground zero, how could he become successful? So you have to realize Bobby went through a lot of failures to get to where he was. And I think instead of actually looking at it as a failure, I think you can really look at it in a positive light. It's motivation. Every single no or every single obstacle that comes your way is bringing you one step closer to the yes or one step closer to your vision. So instead of saying, I failed, you really didn't fail, but you could fail if you just stop there. I guess failure is realistic. But what if you look at it in a different light? What if you look at it and ask yourself the questions of what am I learning and how am I growing? And what can I learn from this to make it better, to polish it? Because that's how you learn and that's how you get to your vision. And a lot of people just stop at that initial failure when an obstacle comes. And I will cut you some slack because everything in society today is just instantaneous. I mean, from fast food to everything is made easy and very quick, and that's very deceiving for an actual vision that you have for your life. So, Amazon Prime, honestly, it's my favorite thing in the world, but Amazon Prime surrounding us, it's like, okay, everything is really not that fast, and things that are worth it in life are really not that fast. In fact, they take time sometimes. And if it's worth it, if it's really going to have a benefit, a lot of times there's so many fine-tuning involved in polishing along the way. But I think most people are truly afraid of failure for multiple reasons, whether it's approval, whatever it is, actually believing in themselves and the possibility of this thing happening, so they never take action. But until you're clear on your vision and knowing that it's actually a possibility, you're going to get distracted. When you don't believe in yourself, you will distract your mind and do things that are not important towards your vision. But you have to get super good at cutting out the noise and learning to do that scan, whether it's relationally, physically, music, whatever it is that is surrounding you or whatever thing comes your way in one day. If we could count how many things come our way and how many things are screaming for our attention, right? So if you can do a scan and say, is this relationship or is this movie or whatever this is this killing my time? Is this spending my time? Or is this actually investing in something towards my vision? Because when you're at your vision, and it's actually, I guess there's two parts of this in my book. We can have a vision that's kind of a false vision and get distracted by money, fame, status, and things that truly don't matter in this short time we have in life. Or we can not only be in sync with our purpose and who God created us to be alongside our vision. Does that make sense? Because I think a lot of people have these visions that disappoint them after the hustle and after working blood, sweat, and tears to get there and overcoming all of these obstacles. Perfect example, like famous people, celebrities. Why are so many of them depressed? Why are some of them going crazy? You know what I mean? I'm not going to name any names here. Just whoever it is that pops up in your mind. You know, someone who's famous, once they get there, they're like, I actually don't like this life and I want to hide. Or money. You can have $1 million, which we would all love to have. But if you're not in sync with your purpose, that inner thing inside of you, that's the ultimate failure. And that's the ultimate unfulfillment. So you have to realize and figure out, without approval, without what your mom told you need to be when you grow up or whatever that is, whoever that approval is coming from, you need to do a check and to really search your heart. And these distractions in life can cost us one of the biggest, most important things, and it's living in sync with who God created you to be. So what is that thing that makes you come alive? And then there's the practical side for, you know, the other side of things with career and, you know, yes, we do need money. We do need to eat, but is that like the first thing that you're seeking is money? You can make, again, so much money, but just be miserable. And I've actually, now that I'm at the age where a lot of my friends are like in the heart of their careers, I'm seeing people and close friends actually in their careers that they worked their whole life to get to, just miserable. So then they'll search for something else. They're wondering why they're never quenched or feeling like they're fulfilled. So I think true success really comes down to being in sync with your purpose and that fulfillment, that inner fulfillment. And then the making money side of things or whatever comes later down the road. So even after you have, you know, wrote down your vision and you feel like this is your purpose and you are taking action and you have your calendar dates and you keep going after it, there's going to be moments of doubt and fear. And I have to tell you, every single day, I literally have to swipe left and dismiss my fear. When I wake up, I have thoughts all the time, thoughts of defeat, thoughts of my past, thoughts of where I messed up in a relationship, thoughts of, things that just hit me hard. And I have a decision to make when those things happen, when those thoughts come. You have to get so good at just letting it go and realizing like that will only keep you debilitated. But I truly believe there are either one of two places where we operate from when we're thinking about our vision, okay? So I'm going to give it to you right now. One is faith and one is fear. Faith is believing in the possibility of your vision actually coming to life. Something that has not happened yet. It's an invisible thing, but you have faith that this vision that you feel called to can actually happen. There's possibility. There's hope there. We all need hope, I will say that. Fear is the opposite. Fear is believing in the possibility of the vision not coming to life. Fear is believing in the possibility of the vision you have that you feel called to not coming to life. And a lot of our thoughts will try to go there. But fear, I will say, fear can be a good thing in moments of danger, okay? Like let's say you're driving on the road and you see a tornado and you need to pull to the side. That fear is an alarm like, okay, this is like a very dangerous situation, you need to take cover. So I guess there's a difference there. But anxiety is an illusion of your vision not coming to life. And anything that supports that illusion for why it can't happen, why you're not good enough, why you shouldn't, why so-and-so is gonna really judge you, or whatever it is that is trying to keep you debilitated, it leads to paralysis. So any thought you have that is for that route, you have to tame it immediately. There's no room for it, and you have full authority to do that. Now, faith, anything that supports the possibility of your vision coming to life, you got to fuel your mind with that. You just pour in that gas into your mind, positive affirmations, gratitude, hanging out with people who instill life into you and not suck your energy every single time you hang out with them. Do you know what I'm talking about? The people and the things that you surround that gives you hope, that cheers you on. Because what you surround your mind with will become your words, and your words literally carry energy with them. And there's something in your mind, whatever thought you have or whatever words you speak, it will literally conform to bring those words into truth, because your body is so brilliant. It will support your thoughts, and it wants to support your thoughts and your words. So if you're speaking death upon your life, you got to rethink this, and you have to be intentional, because I'm preaching about this right now, but every day I have thoughts of defeat, and I have to literally dismiss it. And honestly, that's really what has gotten me to success. In my eyes, in my life, where my vision was, I was able to overcome thoughts of defeat when they came. And every single no I got, I knew it was one step closer to my yes. And what was on the other side of that was a vision so detailed, I would close my eyes and I would get fired up. I would just fail a test and I would close my eyes and I would picture myself in front of the green screen telling a family of 4 it's going to be a sunny weekend to enjoy on the beach. And then I would just feel myself doing it, and I would picture myself already succeeding, and then that would give me momentum. Every single failure that came, I'm like, this is worth it. I'm going to bounce back. This is where I got to get to that finish line. I got to have it. I need it. I just got to have it, okay? And so one example of this was actually freshman year. Little Miss Daphne. I was really lost, actually. I was failing chemistry, failing pre-calculus, and I had this epiphany that I needed to change my major and change my school and go to University of Florida and go for their telecommunications program. And I met with all the professors and everything. And I remember just being so lost on not knowing what to do, listening to thoughts of fear and thoughts of doubt, okay? And so it dawned on me. I said, Daphne, okay, take a whole semester of prerequisites to go to University of Florida, and you probably need to intern just to get some experience for your resume. So I was Googling, okay, and I found this internship at NBC in Miami, Florida. And at the time, I was going to school at Florida State, which was in Tallahassee, Florida. For those of you who don't know, that is the capital of Florida. And it's right along the Panhandle, right along the Georgia-Florida borderline. And so it dawned on me. I said, okay, I need to intern. I pull up the application online, and there were all sorts of, there's this whole process of even just to apply to NBC in Miami. And one of those requirements just to apply was you needed documentation stating that you are receiving credit hours for this internship. And I at the time just changed from my meteorology degree to communications, just this little hiccup I had, not believing in myself that I really could get my meteorology degree at the time. And in order to get these credit hours, I went to the communications department, and they told me that I could not get it because I was not a junior or a senior. So then I went to the career department. That was my first no. I went to the career department. I said, I just got to have this internship. Please show that I'm receiving credit hours to receive this internship. And they said, we can. I went through this whole interview process just for that. And they said, at the end of the day, we can acknowledge your internship, but we cannot give you credit hours for this internship. So then I went to the meteorology meteorology department, even though I wasn't receiving credit hours, even though I was not with them anymore as a major, they were still gracious enough to show that I would receive credit hours for this internship in Miami. So boom, 3 no's later, I got my agreement that I would receive credit hours for this internship. So I'm like, oh, great, I'll get this internship. So I drive 7 hours south from Tallahassee to Miami, Florida, and I walk into the room all dressed up in my heels, and it's a room of 150 applicants, and they are beautiful, talented. They can read, they can write, full resume, and they're about to graduate from University of Miami, University of Florida, just experiencing this, experiencing that. My name is Daphne, and I'm really lost. I think I should change my major, but I don't know. I think I'm going to do that. I don't have anything on my resume, but I just know I want to forecast the weather one day. And so I'm like, okay, Daphne, you may not get this in my mind. And I'm thinking, just take this as a learning opportunity of experience for an interview for an internship. So each department of the newsroom came up and they were saying what they're looking for in an intern. And the interns were all in the room. By the way, the 150 applicants were just the ones who showed up. There were hundreds more across the country. I didn't know how intense or how valuable this internship really was and what benefit it really brought to all these people who were applying. It was the first internship I actually saw on my Google search. So all these departments come up and they say, we need A, B, and C from this intern. And, we're looking for this. And if you feel like you're suitable for this department, please come up, introduce yourself. We'll have an interview. And then you write your top 3. And if we like you, if you get the internship, we'll call you, kind of thing. So I went to one department, I went to another department, and I had my first 2, and I had 1 left on my paper to put my top 3 departments, not thinking I was going to get anything, really. And I remember Henry Amor, he was standing there. He was the producer for the 11 a.m. entertainment show in Miami. And I walked up to him and I was shaking. I was like, hi, my name is Daphne. I'm a little lost because I currently go to Florida State and I'm transferring over to University of Florida for their telecommunications program. And I want to do the weather, but I'm just not good at math. And I just lost, okay? And he looked at me and he said, don't do it. He doesn't even know who I am or anything. He said, Daphne, don't do that. Look at every person in this room. You were the only meteorology major in here. And I made the mistake of going, to college, and I went telecommunications route for 2 years. I wasted 2 years of my life. And I guarantee you're going to waste 2 years of your life. You need a niche. And there's this whole line behind me, and he is just adamant about how I need to change my major back. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he doesn't even know who I am. Oh my gosh, is he right? Who do I believe? What do I do? Just plain lost, okay? So then this whole line dies out and I go back to him. I said, Henry, thank you so much for being honest with me. I truly appreciate it. You could have told me something I wanted to hear, but you were doggone honest with me, and I really appreciate that. And we talked, here and there, and he said, you know what? Write my name on your list. I want you to intern for me. What? Like, I was the least qualified person in that room, and there was a special connection that I had with this person who went through something similar, which overrode every resume, every bit of experience, every bit of an illusion I made up in my mind of how they're better than me and they're going to get this internship. How could it be that this guy went through what I went through, and how could he want me? And how many failures, how many no's I had to overcome to even get to that situation, right? So then I'm like freaking out. This producer wants me to intern for him this summer. And I went to turn in my paperwork to the internship coordinator, and she looked at my paperwork and she said, these are credit hours from the meteorology department, and we don't have a meteorology internship here. This is communications. And she's like, I don't have time for this. This is like so many applications, and this is everybody wants this, and I have so many applications coming left and right. Honey, I really don't have time for this. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do with meteorology paperwork. And I'm looking at her like inside. I'm like, no. He wants me. He wants me to intern for him. I've come this far. There were so many no's along the way. This is all I want. This is all I want. Please, lady, please. I said, okay. I didn't say that to her, but that's what I'm thinking in my mind. I said, okay, may I please have your phone number? And she said, sure. So she gave me her phone number. I called her the next day, and I called her. I said, I know you said that we may not be able to make this work, but I said, I have a really good idea. I could somehow, intern for the meteorologists, as well as the entertainment show here. You have no idea. This is everything. This is everything to me. I really need this, and we're going to make a way to make this happen. And she hung up with me. She's like, I'm so sorry. I really don't have time for this. I need to focus on the communication applications. And so I drive 7 hours back north to Tallahassee, Florida, and I go to the head of the meteorology of the program, the creator of the program, who gave me the paperwork. I said, listen, I need your help right now. I said, I just drove 7 hours south to an internship process I really never thought I could actually get. And the producer wants me to intern for him. But then there was this hiccup, and they told me that I can't intern there because the paperwork didn't align. And I just need you to connect me with the chief meteorologist there. There has to be a way. So we picked up the phone, and he called. Voicemail. Picked up the phone again, called the chief meteorologist. Didn't answer. Emailed him. I was on him this whole time. I said, shoot another email, shoot a call. Finally, after rejection and crickets, we got an email from the chief meteorologist at the station saying, we have an internship here for Daphne that's going to be split between meteorology, the morning meteorologist, as well as the 11 a.m. show. And my jaw dropped. And there were so many points in that situation that I could have easily given up. There was no after no after no. There was sweat and tears. There was driving 7 hours, still getting rejected with the paperwork that I tried for weeks to actually attain. And the key in that stuck out to me is, if we don't take massive action, and if we don't continue to learn and grow and keep fighting for our vision, it's not going to come to pass. Because the truth of the matter is, nobody believes in or truly cares about your vision like you do. And so you can easily stop at a no, or you can realize that's one step closer to the yes. And what did I learn from this? And what can I do? Again, how can I bounce back with resilience to put on my shoes and go after it with my whole heart? But the key is truly to want it so bad. Because if you don't want it so bad, it's going to be so much easier to cave in, which you probably should if you don't want it so bad. It also taught me that there's no key blueprint. Being the least qualified person in that room, of every person in there, it taught me a special connection with somebody who experienced and related to me, who went to college, who told me that would be 2 years wasting my life, and not giving up and fighting for what I truly saw myself doing one day. This was the beginning. This was before I even started my classes, which is a whole different realm. We're not even going to tap into that right now. How many tests I failed, how many moments of doubt I had to overcome. But every time I pulled up that very detailed vision in my mind with clarity, knowing it's worth it and I'm going to bounce back. And God gave me strength every time He put me in certain situations, just like that NBC internship, to help me along the way. Certain people, like what are the odds? That's not a coincidence with that whole internship, which is honestly what landed my first gig in Michigan. I had that connection with the news director there. I wished him a Merry Christmas 4 years later. He connected me with the news director in Michigan, and that was my first job out of school, which led to my job in Nashville because it was a transfer within the company. So every path is different. There's no perfect recipe book for where you want to go with your vision. So don't compare yourself to other people. Yes, there are processes that you can look up to of a general idea, but your life is unlike anybody else's life. Your path is different than everybody else's. So I want to encourage you to really get clear on your vision, to be okay with obstacles that come along the way and actually welcoming them as learning opportunities and taking massive action towards that vision with detail in calendar dates to get there, because it's a little bit here and there. It's the steady one who wins the race. I guess that just came to my mind. It's the little bit each and every day instead of like just attacking something in one moment. Like if you go to the gym and work out 3 hours a day for 1 week, that's gonna mess you up. But if you take maybe 30 minutes a day every single day, you will actually have a lifestyle, and that's where the success comes. So I want to encourage you today, wherever you are in your life, wherever you're listening to this, thank you so much for joining episode 10 of A Drop of Sunshine. I'm so happy you're here, and I honestly believe if you're listening to this right now, it is not a coincidence. So if you resonated with this message today, will you do me a favor? Will you take a screenshot of this podcast episode and post it on Instagram or Facebook, hashtag it A Drop of Sunshine, and make sure to tag me so I can see who it resonated with. And if you got something out of it, share it with a friend. This world needs more light and needs more sunshine. And if you could help me do that, I would greatly appreciate it. Love and appreciate you all. By the way, a little update for you. I am now booking inspirational speaking gigs. So if you know of a conference or an event that could use an inspirational speaker, my calendar is starting to fill up. So just shoot me an email. I would be honored to hear more about the event and what I can do to be there. Daphne at daphnedeloren.com, which is DAPHNE at DAPHNEDELOREN.com. Look forward to hearing from you. All right, my friends, if you got something out of this message, I would truly appreciate a star, a comment, even a review. That would mean the world to me. And by the way, if you like A Drop of Sunshine and it's bringing value to your life, consider becoming a patron. By becoming a patron, you'll get personalized monthly videos from me directly to you. So super excited about this, just starting this. You can do that by going to patreon.com/A Drop of Sunshine. That is patreon.com/A Drop of Sunshine. I'll also put that link under the show description notes so you can catch that there as well. Of course, you can catch me on Instagram, you can catch me on Facebook, and if you haven't already subscribed to my daphnedeloren.com website, you can definitely do that as well. Thank you all for listening. I hope you're having a wonderful day, a wonderful week. I love and appreciate each one of you. by the way, before I let you go, a couple of days ago, I posted a video of Josh playing on our back deck and Noah was watching him. And I got so many messages from you all asking for the entire song. So I thought, what better way than to have him just play at the end of this podcast episode? So I hope you enjoy it. Josh Matheny, my talented husband, playing, what is it called, honey?
Hope like hell I go to heaven.
Hope like hell I go to heaven. Enjoy.
Sitting here with you tonight, underneath these stars. I don't know what I did so right to get you in my arms. You look just like an angel, and I know I ain't no saint. But if this kiss was our last one, and tomorrow never came, I hope like hell I go to heaven. Lord, I pray they let me in. Girl, you've changed my direction, but they know everywhere I've been. If there's a place beyond the sky, the streets of gold and angels fly, the gates will open wide, you'll walk right through. I hope like hell I go to heaven, so I can go on loving you. Well, I've drank my share of whiskey, I've burned those beer joints down. I've used the good Lord's name in vain, ain't done much to make him proud. But each morning waking up with you, I swear I see the light. Wanna love you for a million years, and when it comes my time, I hope like hell I go to heaven. Lord, I pray they let me in. Girl, you've changed my direction, but they know everywhere I've been. If there's a place beyond the sky, where streets of gold and angels fly, the gates will open wide, you walk right through. I hope like hell I go to heaven, so I can go on loving you. I hope like hell I go to heaven, so I can go